Hi, welcome to another edition of The Mainframe here on BlauTech.com and WGRE.net. Paul Blau is my guest again today, and we are continuing our discussion that maybe you've watched the first part. This is the second part about social media and your business, and we want to give you some ideas of some things that maybe you could do if you're a business owner, or maybe some things that you're doing that maybe you could do a little bit better. And last time we talked, Paul, we discussed the two biggies, which are Facebook and Twitter. Most people are familiar with those, and there are still a lot of things we could probably talk about on both of those things. But you know, if you want to know something about Facebook or how to market it, the best thing to do really is to get in touch with the folks at BlauTech, and they can talk to you about it on a one-on-one basis, because it's not a one-size-fits-all necessarily on Facebook or on Twitter. It's a strategy that you really need to develop for your business individually, and Paul and the guys here at BlauTech.com can help you do that. So today we're going to talk about some of the things that maybe are not as well known or maybe not as well used. One of them is called LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a social network. Basically, it's a business-to-business type thing. So you may be using it for your business. If you're not, then you probably should consider it. And I have a LinkedIn account, but Paul, tell me, and I don't really use it, so tell me. I mean, I'll be the first to admit that I just really am not sure what to do with it. So tell me what LinkedIn is, and what do we do to put it to use in our business? Okay, so LinkedIn is a product very similar to Facebook and Twitter. It's another social media network, but it is designed specifically with business-to-business communications in mind. So I've heard it said like this, that if you're going to do very limited social media, if you're going to just kind of dabble at it, LinkedIn is the place that you need to go to. LinkedIn is where people are going to oftentimes go to research information about a business or a business owner. So your profile on LinkedIn is very important, and they have some pretty good wizards that they'll use to kind of guide you through flushing it out and making sure that you've got the right information. But one of the things that LinkedIn does that's really, really powerful is it allows you to make easy referrals. And so I'm all the time, every week, somebody is referring me, saying that they liked the services that they got for me, or that I'm an expert in virtualization, or I'm an expert in social media marketing, or whatever, and so we get those recommendations. That's really, really powerful. And the idea of reputation management and how do I establish myself in this new internet age where people are searching for everything, this is a great tool to be able to do that. So it's kind of like the modern version of sitting around the coffee shop and talking about, hey, so-and-so helped me with this, and so-and-so helped me with this. People don't really do that very much anymore. And this is kind of a digital version of that, where business people kind of talk about other business people. Right, and it allows you to have, like Facebook will allow you to have a page for your business as well as your personal page. So does LinkedIn. So there's a BlauTech page on LinkedIn, and then there's one personally for me as well. And then we post to LinkedIn just like we do to Facebook and to Twitter to get that communication out there so that people see that we're actively involved in it. And we'll also post, again, the human interest things. Like I mentioned it with Facebook, one of the critical things with any social media site is to not just bombard people with ads. If you're all you're doing is putting your latest gadget for this special price, nobody's going to read any of that. What you've got to do is create the human interest elements, and that's even important when you're creating your profile and fleshing that out, and put some personal stories in there, some information. I have things about the foster children that we've raised and how many kids I've got. Sometimes I'm known as the guy with a lot of kids. That's my reputation, which is not a bad reputation to have. But you're going to put those human interest pieces into that. Your certifications, your qualifications, your experience, all of that gets in there. Now, one thing, kind of a cautionary note, is that you do want your higher level employees involved in LinkedIn as well. It's not just for the owner of the business; it can be for multiple management level folks. But LinkedIn is also used as a recruiting system. That's what I was going to say. It's almost like a 24/7 resume service, because when people need someone to fill a position, they go to LinkedIn to find them. Right, yeah, you look through there, you find those qualifications, and so I don't promote it with anybody other than management level folks within our organization. We want them to be on it, we want them to be communicating, and I take the lead in that. I try to make sure that I'm communicating, because nobody can recruit me. So that's... Well, they might could, if the money's right. It would be crazy money to be able to do that.
but it becomes just another tool by which we can communicate out to people. Now, if your market is business to business, this is probably the best tool out of all of them. Maybe Twitter comes right along with that as well, but Facebook is weaker in business to business marketing. LinkedIn, very, very powerful in regards to that. And there are programs like the iPad version of LinkedIn allows you to read all of what's going on with people, and I get like a daily summary from LinkedIn. It'll tell me so-and-so's having a work anniversary, so-and-so's having a birthday if they've populated that information. And so I have more connections in LinkedIn than I do in Facebook. And these are looser connections. These are people that maybe I've met one time, maybe they're a vendor, maybe they're a client. So there's a lot of different networking that can be done that way.
All right, now another one that maybe you've seen and I'm not sure what to do with, and I'm not sure what to do with this neither, is Pinterest. And Pinterest is basically an online corkboard. Yeah. You see something and you pin it. If you've ever heard anybody say, hey, pin it, that means you go and see something and then you put it on your Pinterest board. Now, how in the world do you use that for social promotion of your business? Because when I think of Pinterest, I think of people pinning things for their wedding, or their birthday party, or clothes they want to buy to go on their vacation. How does that work for business?
All right, so again, you're going to have a different strategy depending on what type of business that you have. I don't have an aggressive Pinterest strategy because our products are very intangible, and it's very hard for me to make a picture of the services that we do. And Pinterest is designed around pictures and pinning those pictures onto that virtual bulletin board. But let's say that I was a retail business, maybe a party store in particular, and if I can get my merchandise put into people's pin boards, where they're pinning things up, for a particular type of party. For instance, most of my daughters, and my wife included, will go to Pinterest to get ideas for decorating. So they want to decorate for a party. They want to have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle themed party. You can go and you can look that up on Pinterest, and you can get all the ideas and where to get this stuff from that you could ever imagine. And that's really powerful from a retail standpoint, because now a business that's located here in Cairo, Georgia, for instance, could get a nationwide, maybe even international exposure if they can get that information into the right people. And again, since it's a social network, my wife puts in stuff on her board, and she's friends with so and so. They see that, so they can look her information up. They get aware that she's posted something, pinned something now, to that board. So anybody that's in retail is a really powerful tool. If you've got clothing, you've got decorations, any physical item, it can be a really, really potent tool to communicate that message, and you should have a strategy around that.
All right, now we're going down into the deep levels of some of the things you could use, like Instagram, and I'm not really sure what else there is besides. Instagram is obviously if you use that, you take a picture of something and you share it with them.
Right. So
now,
again,
that can be used for business too, because people that use Instagram can take a picture of a product in their store, and then people share it. And if you have Instagram, I'm assuming that you have people that subscribe or your friends or whatever, right?
Yeah, same concept. Another social network focused on pictures. We're very similar to Pinterest. So Instagram and Pinterest, very, very slightly different, but very, very similar in concept. And the idea there, again, is communicating visually. And so if there's things about your business, the human element that we've talked about in the past, there's things that can go into posts on Instagram. Or again, if I'm a product-based business and I want to put my information out there, that's a good way of promoting that information. And there are guides on both Pinterest and Instagram on how you could integrate those into your business strategies.
Real quickly, is there anything else on the radar that is an upcoming thing that maybe people need to be watching out for?
Well, there's always some new technology that's out there, but I'll tell you one that gets neglected a lot of times, and it's a big one. It's the number 2 search engine in the entire world. So number 1 search engine is Google. Number 2 search engine is YouTube. And when I went to a conference, I guess it was about a year ago now, that says that we need to become content creators. We need to be viewed as experts, and searching is all done very differently than it used to be. We need to be making sure that we're creating content that people will be viewing. And a great example of that is that with my younger children decided that they wanted to learn how to do origami. And so they went to YouTube, they did a search for origami, they found what they wanted to fold, and then they watched the video over and over again. And you think about the power of that. First of all, how that communicates in a very non-threatening way. They're able to stop, pause, repeat as many times as they need to till they get that right. And so it's very inviting to somebody that's who might be intimidated by a technology. Well, what you and I have been doing, what we're doing right now, even with this video, is the exact same thing. We're going to post this video to YouTube so that we establish ourselves as the experts on social media in our area, as we establish ourselves an expert on other topics.
Right.
And with the idea that as somebody is searching for that information inside of YouTube, they may come across our information, watch it, maybe they'll learn everything that they need to know. Maybe they'll say, hey, you know, that's great, that's wonderful, it was great information, but I really need an expert. Who is that guy that was on the video?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was Paul Blau. I need to talk to him because he knows what he's talking about. And then we're embedding our YouTube videos into our website. So if somebody goes to our website now, we have a very different look to our website because we have video embedded all throughout it. And if you want to learn more about a service, you just click on it. And you can learn how that applies to your business.
Right.
So tremendously powerful way to communicate the value of what you're doing.
And you can have a YouTube channel. We have a YouTube channel
Right.
called Summerhill Studio, and all of our stuff is posted on there. And the great thing about that is you don't have to worry about clogging up your own website by trying to
Right.
keep the video hosted on your website, which can make it really slow. YouTube, you know, you post it on YouTube and they keep it on their server.
That's right.
And you can also, and the great thing about YouTube is that you can view it from any device, computer, tablet, your phone, and they optimize it to look great on anything. So,
Right, yeah.
Video content, that is another thing that is a real key aspect to this whole idea of social interaction with clients. And it can be something as simple as this. You and I doing a face-to-face interview.
Mm-hmm.
It can be video that you take on your phone, video you take with a camera, put it together with even some free stuff that's probably already on your computer. Video is very, very important. That is the next cutting edge for most businesses,
Right.
to have some kind of video content, right?
Yeah, and if you look at it, I mean, we're programmed to receive data in these very small chunks. You know, the very popular TED Talks that have been going around, you know, they're 15-minute or less conversations about some particularly, usually a technology product, but it could be other things as well. And that idea is that that's really how we're used to receiving information. We've kind of rewired our brains around getting these bursts of compressed knowledge, and that's exactly what, you know, these videos, what YouTube, all of those things are kind of structured around is, let's get you the information, let's get it to you in a quick format. 15 minutes, okay, I can give you 15 minutes. Oh, it's 60 minutes? I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
But most people will take time for 15-minute snippets of information.
Actually, the ideal video about your business is 3 minutes or less, and so
Right.
these are longer. These videos we're doing a little bit longer than typical, but you can put a 3-minute video together in no time, and that really is the ideal. And in fact, we'd love to share with you some more ideas on how to do that for your
Sure.
business, and you can go on blautech.com and send Paul an email, and one of us will call you and talk to you about it and show you how to kind of do this kind of stuff for your own business. The thing about it is to get started.
Absolutely, don't wait.
So if you're not on YouTube, if you're not on Pinterest, you're not on Facebook, Twitter, all that kind of stuff, you need to go. You need to get started.
Well,
and
and
you know, you can go to YouTube and watch the video that will
Right.
walk you through how to do that.
Yeah, and your competition is on there. And
You're
so,
right.
you know, if you're not already doing this, you're behind, and it needs to be taken care of, you know, immediately before you get left behind. We've moved into a very new era, Jeff, and that's the one of a global community, you know, where I'm selling and supporting services all over the country, from Cairo, Georgia, which is crazy to me. But likewise, the corollary is true too, is that anybody from throughout the world can come in and sell into Cairo
Sure.
now as well. And that's true not just with what we do, it's true with everyone's businesses out there. And we're all feeling the pressure of globalization, but we shouldn't look at it from that standpoint. We should look at it as the opportunity of globalization. If we're really good at what we do, we can be
People will
anywhere.
come.
That's right.
And this is an example of trying to set your business apart a little bit from the guy across the street or the guy across the globe. So watch these videos that you see here on this website, and you'll get an idea of what to do and how to get started. And of course, they'll be glad to help you get going. You now have a person on staff that's what they do. That helps. That helps with marketing, design, logos, websites, social media, all that kind of stuff. So Blautech has the resources to help you get going. You can see more videos about that, or just check them out at blautech.com. And Paul, thanks again for being my guest on the Mainframe today, and thanks for watching.